Logos are an amazing way for us to quickly recognize our favorite brands and companies, but sometimes they can convey things that aren't right on the surface. Logo design can seem like a small part of a company, but they truly do play a huge part in a company's success. From Fedex to Hershey's Kisses, all the way to Formula One, there are some famous logos that have some little Easter eggs for us to find. On today's top 10 list, I will be covering 10 famous logos with hidden meanings. Let's get into it. Starting off this list in our number 10 spot, we have Fedex. We all know the shipping company FedEx, and whether you love them or hate them, they have an award-winning logo. Like, it's actually won 40 awards and was also ranked as one of the 8 best logos in the last 35 years by Rolling Stone magazine. So what is this logo hiding? Well, if you look between the E and the X in that negative space, you'll see a little hidden arrow. The designer of the logo, Lyndon Leader, explained that the arrow shows a forward direction, speed, and precision, but also that if it remained hidden, it allows for that aha moment. Well, I certainly had my aha moment as I was creating this video, because I certainly had no idea that this arrow was there, and I can't believe I've been missing it this whole time. In our number 9 spot today, we have Baskin Robbins. Okay, so when you look at the Baskin Robbins logo, you immediately see the B and the R, which is clearly for the name. Well, this hidden logo message isn't actually that hidden, so I can't believe I didn't see it before. The pink part of the logo clearly shows the number 31. Of course, this is for the famous 31 flavors that Baskin is known for. Carol Austin, who is part of the leadership of the Baskin Robbins marketing team, explained that the logo is meant to display the company's fun and energy, which I think it does very well. The 31 is meant to stand for the Baskin Robbins belief that their guests should have the opportunity to explore a fun, new ice cream flavor every day of the month, which also sounds a lot like my own personal beliefs. This logo was introduced in 2005 as a part of the brand refresh for the company. In our number 8 spot today, we have Tostitos. Tostitos is one of the most popular tortilla chips and dip companies, which is owned by Pepsi. This is one of those logos where what's hidden isn't necessarily glaringly obvious, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Upon a first glance, you just see the word Tostitos written out against the usual bright blue background, but it's the middle T's separated by the I that reveals a cute little depiction. These 3 letters depict 2 people holding a chip that they're dipping into some salsa. How cute! Now that I've seen it, I feel like I should have been more observant and noticed, but it truly is such a sweet little treat once you finally realize. In our number 7 spot today, we have Hershey's Kisses. Hershey's Kisses are a sweet little chocolate treat that are good for so many occasions, but unfortunately today's video isn't a candy review, so we'll have to discuss its logo. The Kisses logo just says the name of the candy pretty bluntly, so it can be kind of difficult to spot the little Easter egg in this one, but to my surprise, there really is one. In between the K and the I in the beginning of Kisses, if you tilt your head to the left, you just may be able to spot that little Hershey's Kiss outline between the 2 letters. Maybe this was a coincidence, but I would highly doubt that. These logo designers really know what they're doing. In our number 6 spot today, we have Toblerone. Toblerone is another chocolate treat that I could sit here and rave about, but we will get right to the point. Toblerone is made by a company that began in a place called Bern in Switzerland. Bern is a city that has been famously associated with bears, and their coat of arms even has a bear on it. So Bern and bears go hand in hand. Now, with this knowledge, take a look at the mountainous logo of Toblerone once again. See that huge bear in it? Well, it all makes a lot more sense now. I didn't see the bear previously, but even if you did, you may have been curious as to why there was a bear the size of a mountain on it, so now we know why. But I hope this logo isn't a to-scale representation of the bears that are in Bern, because that would be terrifying. In our number 5 spot today, we have Pinterest. Ah, Pinterest. This site where you can create the life you've always wanted to live but could never afford. The digital pinboard site is full of aesthetically pleasing images, life inspo, and lots of recipes, and it of course features that bright red circle with a white P in the middle. Well, that P, which obviously stands for Pinterest, actually doubles as a pinboard pin. One of the co-designers of the logo, Michael Deal, explained that the initial goal was to not make the logo a pin because it seemed too literal, but once they got started, the P for Pinterest just kind of began to lend itself to the shape of a map pin. The idea may have been too literal, but the finished product certainly was not. In our number 4 spot today, we have Formula One. Formula One racing has a logo that really encompasses the energy of the organization, but there's a lot going on in this one that isn't apparently obvious. Or maybe it is. Firstly, let's start off with the negative space between the F and the red stripes. That's in the shape of a 1. Maybe that was obvious, but it's still a very clever design, and I think we can all appreciate that. Apparently, the stripes were chosen to be the color red because of the fact that red represents the passion and energy of the organization. The F is in black, which is meant to show their power and determination. While the black and red parts are obviously the main focal points of the logo, the space really helps stop it from being too messy and too crowded. In our number 3 spot today, we have Toyota. Okay, please tell me I'm not the only one who didn't know this one. I've never sat around thinking about what hidden messages could be in the Toyota logo, but I certainly never knew what was going on in it either. Apparently, the 3 overlapping ovals are to symbolize the unification of the hearts of their customers and the heart of the Toyota products. And apparently the background space is supposed to represent their technological advancements and the boundless opportunities ahead. This is all very nice and well, but what's even more hidden in this logo is that in the ovals, you can actually see the overlapping letters of Toyota. It all makes sense to me now. In our number 2 spot today, we have the Tour de France. The Tour de France is an annual men's bicycle race. The race consists of 21 different day-long stages that go over the course of 23 days. It certainly is exceptionally challenging and has been called the most prestigious and difficult bicycle race. So, since it's such a famed event, it certainly needs a logo to match. The current logo was created by Joel Guennoun in 2002, and it features some playful brush-like script, and there is a splash of yellow that is meant to symbolize the yellow jersey that is awarded to the winner of each stage. I definitely didn't know about that, but what I also didn't realize while first looking at the logo is that the word tour, along with the yellow splash, creates a little cyclist of their own. The logo is extremely creative and it looks very fun and modern as well. In our number 1 spot today, we have the London Symphony Orchestra. The London Symphony Orchestra was founded in 1904 and was originally made up of players who had left Henry Wood's Queen's Hall Orchestra. Their current logo was created by the partners and is very clearly the written letters L, S, and O, which is of course the acronym for London Symphony Orchestra. What's hidden in the logo is so cute and clever, and once you see it, it totally just makes sense. The design of the letters was purposeful so that they create the outline of an orchestra conductor. The L is the hand holding the baton, the S morphs into the O in a way that would create the outline of the head, and then the rest of the O swirls around to create the other hand. It really is such a great logo and a perfect example of the hidden meanings we've been talking about today. Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I'll see you next time. Bye!